The Bears find new ways at this point to lose games, and it's pretty impressive, actually. If Matt Eberflus was the head coach and had to coach his team to lose, he would get wins. Like, if losses were considered wins, he would continue to win, if that makes sense. Because this dude is allergic to winning, and making the winning plays for it comes to a defense. It was there in the first half. I mean, in the I can't even say it. Like, it was in the regular. I can't even speak. It just sucks. It just genuinely sucks because in the first four quarters, the defense was a big problem. Special teams was an issue. Special teams. Oh my god, we had another block punt. Sorry, block kick. Do you know how insane that is? Back to back block kicks. And the thing is, we won't have this let us down because media's still going to talk about that block kick, and we lost as well. Man, this team invents new ways to keep their fans suffering. Throughout the game, it was very much up and down. It was a lot of up and down. I had a feeling that we were going to lose, like in the second quarter, because our defense couldn't stop a fly, and when they did, the offense couldn't do anything. It was just like one was working, the other one doesn't, and it keeps flip flopping. And that's just the story of the Chicago Bears, honestly. Because when you're a team and you have a head coach that has named Matt Eberflus, who is a defensive guru, you brought in Montez Sweat, who had a sack today, but has been struggling throughout this whole like 5-game stretch, or even you could even say like throughout this whole season, because he wasn't acting like himself. He wasn't the 9 sack per two different teams type of Montez Sweat that we got. Not even close. Um, Sam Darnold played all right, and we just still couldn't stop him. We eliminated Justin Jefferson really well, but Minnesota has other weapons that we did not take into account. Jalen Johnson as well sold us a lot of like 2 times. Terrell Smith had an okay game. Kyler Gordon, hats off to you. You had a really, really fantastic game. Um, but besides that, what was the whole concept of playing soft coverage and just letting them waltz into a first down? That's so easy for offenses. You do. I don't understand I don't think Matt Eberflus understands that. If I'm being really honest myself, because if the fans can realize that, and yes, listen, he has blitzed a lot today, but still, it took a long time for us to get to the quarterback until probably the second half. It's just not sustainable. And we wasted Caleb Williams' first 9 games ish, or 10 games if you want to say, if you want to include that, when we had Matt Eberflus. Like, I'll get to Caleb's performance because that was pretty much the only silver lining to this. Um, but I guess to talk about the offense, there were so many crucial drops. The refs were literally not on our side, which what's really new for the Chicago Bears. But so many missed calls that were called for the Vikings but weren't called for us. Um, like DJ Moore was got past the ball and he had a chance to throw for a touchdown or even draw a PI call. There was definitely PI on Romo Dunze in the end zone. That wasn't called. But a Keenan Allen toe tap a little bit into out of bounds was called and was overturned. And don't even get me started about that touchdown where it was like they couldn't use the sideline camera or whatever, and he was like just into the touchdown and scored, like for the Vikings. I'm talking about. I forgot who it was that scored, but you know, Another Caleb Williams masterclass really destroyed. Really did. It just shows you how clutch he is. And I think the Chicago Bears, if there's one thing to get about this game, or like to kind of take away from this game, is literally Caleb is our guy. Caleb is the real deal. Is the real deal. Yes, you can say that in overtime he really got a little too greedy, especially on the last play because he held on to the ball way too long. He was looking way too high, and then he ended up taking a bad sack. 100% on him. Not excusing him for that. That was terrible. But he put the team on his back offensively and drove down the field, methodically drove down the field, and was able to essentially tie this game with a good recovery on the onside kick too. And it was written out to be, one of the best endings for Chicago Bears. But obviously, things can go our way, and we lose the game because our defense can't hold up on. Yes, Caleb should have gotten the touchdown to win, or shouldn't have hold on to the ball, but at least give your rookie quarterback a chance with the defense, because the defense did not give a single crap about him, essentially, because you just let the Vikings get into field goal territory, and boom, it was over. Just like that. Plus, don't get me started on special teams. Special teams, DeAndre Carter, yes, you did redeem yourself at the end, but that muffed punt really cost us too. The block kick, that that's even as more egregious. But okay, let's stop getting more pessimistic. Let's talk about the positives of this game. Utilizing Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Cole Kmet. A recipe. Oh, and Rome Odunze. Don't forget Rome, Roshan Johnson, DeAndre Swift. Utilizing them more. What happens? Our offense actually functions. Thomas Brown called a great game again. It looked explosive. With some miscues from Caleb, but for the most part, it was really good. I really enjoyed watching this offense for the most part. Caleb had 340 yards. I think right now he's still currently leading the league today for this week for passing yards, which is for a Bears quarterback. That's impressive. Also, he broke the record for passing yards for a rookie quarterback in this game, which is honestly not that hard to do if you're a competent franchise. But he did it. He was able to beat Trubisky's record, and hats off to him. He did it with like 6 less games as well, which is impressive in itself. And this is his third 300-yard game. Caleb looked comfortable. He had a great game in general, and there's a lot of great things I can say about that, because you love to see a rookie quarterback get that much confidence, and that's what happens when you have an offensive coordinator that draws up plays that actually make sense and makes in-game adjustments at halftime. You love it. But the issue is that you have a head coach that's not on the same page as the offensive coordinator, and it just continues to be a detriment to the team. Truly does. Caleb, that's as good of a performance he has. He still has a lot to work on, but that's fine. That just shows you, as a rookie, he's the real deal. If given an opportunity, he is the real deal for this franchise. We just have to make sure that we pair him off with a great head coach and a good offensive coordinator. If Thomas Brown ends up being the offensive coordinator that feels more comfortable with Caleb, I'd say bring him back. But so far, he's been doing pretty good. Made it a game, got the 2-point conversion. Big ballsy moves by Caleb, and great tight window throws. That's something that was really stood out to me, and that was still impressive. Like, listen, the deep ball may not be there yet. It's starting to get there with that little bit off platform, like rolling out to your right, throwing it up. We saw that at USC, and that is there in this game. It was present, but the deep ball still needs a lot of work, and that's fine, right? He's able to get the ball out really fast, and he's able to manipulate the defense and throw into tight windows and tight coverages. That's what you love to see. And he's also changing the plays at the line of scrimmage. Like, his development is starting to show, and he's showing what he's capable of if he has good coaching. That's honestly a fact. And listen, you can even make the argument now that, while they're still losing, right? He's still in the conversation for rookie of the year. Like, okay, that's a little bit too much. But I would say he's not winning rookie of the year, but like, he's one of the better rookies in the draft class still. He's still worth the number 1 overall pick. He still is. He's still great. I don't want to hear it. The fact that he has 300-yard games in the season. He led the team to a 4-2 start. Like, he's losing games, but like, he's showing that he can be clutch. That's a lot. That's tough for a rookie quarterback to do, and he's showing that he can be clutch. It's just that he both those times it was a Hail Mary. He had to let the defense, the defense that was out of his control. A blocked field goal out of his control, and this time, went into overtime. He did take a sack, but the defense sold him at the end. You love to see that. I think that he made me really excited today, at least. And listen, while this loss does suck, I am still pretty upset. But the more I talk about it, the more I feel, there's still a lot of hope for this organization. And it really just really relies upon, can our front office make the right decisions when it comes to hiring a head coach? Because Flus is definitely not it. He's definitely out the door. Because in a way, this is kind of like a good loss, because Caleb, has had a great game while Flus still lost, and that only adds to the fuel to the fire for Eberflus to be sacked at the end of the season. Or if, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if there is a chance, which is probably not going to happen, that Flus gets fired mid-season, I'll take it. But right now we have, I think we're the 12th overall pick in the draft. So if we continue to lose out games, and listen, people said that this gauntlet that we're having, it was going to be like impossible. We're going to get blitzed every single time. It was a 1-score game. It was a field goal game against the Packers, and it's a field goal game going into overtime against the Vikings. We are competitive. It's just a matter of this team getting in its own way. And that's just something that's, at least for the future's sake, if we get the coaching hire correct, if we are able to, add to the offensive line, add to the D line, we can see great things for this. But it's too far into the future. We have a lot of games left in the season, and I just really enjoyed what Caleb Williams did. I haven't seen that from a Bears quarterback in a long time, and it just lovely to see, because it just shows you how talented this dude is and how much of a leader this dude is. And he has a command of the game, as what we saw in the pre-draft scenario, right? But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. It's been SoBack Sports. What do you guys think about Caleb Williams? And let me know down in the comments below. And remember to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to the channel and helps create content like this. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.